world's top 5 most relaxing cities for travel. And the U.S. make the list? Hi, I'm Kelly Morgan Murley.
And I'm Frances Starr Graham.
Welcome to the Bucket List Retreat. Let's do it.
Let's do it again.
Welcome to the Bucket List
Retreats
podcast. Thank you so much for co-hosting with me today.
Thank you for having me, Kelly.
I'm glad that you're co-hosting with me.
My pleasure.
You are going to tell us all about QiGong, and we can't wait to hear about it. But you are going to walk through retreat news and reviews with us first, so let's hop right on that. This is from Daily Drop. If you aren't following Daily Drop and getting their newsletter and you're a traveler, I highly recommend them. They give so much information on the daily about different aspects of travel, just every aspect of travel. So this study that just came out says a new study reveals world's top 5 most relaxing cities for travel. And did the U.S. make the list? That's the question. I got a kick out of that. And I haven't looked at it, Frances, so I'm going to be just as surprised as you are as we really read these places. So based on the aforementioned criteria, the #1 city for relaxing travel is right here in the United States. It is none other than San Diego, California. Woohoo!
Makes sense to me.
Makes absolute sense to me too. Frances and I live in Arizona, so it's just a hop, skip, and a jump over there. And a lot of Arizonans run to San Diego in the heat of the summer because it's always beautiful down there. When I moved to Arizona, I always say we should have moved to San Diego first.
Definitely.
Yes. Do you go out there very often?
Do once or twice a year. I just look for a reason and I get out of town and I go.
Yeah, it's not even that bad of a drive. Okay, so the next one is Singapore, and I have not been to Singapore. Maybe
It's
the
on my bucket
airport?
list. Bucket
Yes.
list.
Yes, yeah, Singapore. What I have to say about that is I was in this mastermind group of travel agents that were from all over the world, and they all raved about Singapore. So it's definitely on my bucket list too. All right, Vienna, Austria. Have you been there?
I have not, but actually that is on my list too.
Yes, me too. Since I love the whole Sound of Music stuff, so absolutely, I'm
One
ready.
reason to go.
Yes, yes, and it's so beautiful. I've been to Lucerne, Switzerland. That's probably the closest I've been. Then Sydney, Australia. That's totally on the bucket list, and I can see Melbourne is popping up right under it. Both of those places. How about, have
Yes,
you been to
those were
Australia?
I wanted to go to that was supposed to be my this year trip, but it's going to be moving to next year because that's not super far from Bali. So I was going to do both of them together.
Right. And that's what I noticed when I was in Bali is how many Australians were there. It's almost like it's their Las Vegas. Like that's where they go to. But I know when I go to Australia, I want to do the whole country is the problem. It's such a huge place.
It is.
Yeah. All right. What here? Let's see if we can get to the end of, I don't know. I thought was it just 5? I thought it was 10.
Yeah, and it talks about more at the bottom, Barcelona being one of the top ones, and I just got back from Barcelona,
Oh,
actually.
that's right. You did a
If you
magnificent
look
trip
at
in
this, it
Europe.
says the takeaways, and it says that these didn't make the list, but there's
Okay.
other ones to consider. Yeah.
Yes. What did you think of Spain?
I loved it. I'm going back. I have other areas the locals have told me to go to, and I'm very much looking forward to that going back to Madrid. So
Yes.
the
I
people
only
there
got,
are really nice, and
they
the culture is
are.
beautiful. Yeah.
Yes, when I went there, I really only got to stay like 2 nights and 1 full day, but we did take the train from Madrid to Holy Toledo, and wow, the history I learned just in that area, how it all converged really from all around the world. It's magnificent. So I really love Spain and want to get back there again. Helsinki, Finland, haven't been there.
Mm-mm.
But wow, those places all do sound really nice. It's nice to know what they're talking about so you can put that on a bucket list. Okay, then some bad news. We will watch this video.
Only to find out nothing was booked, including the hotel rooms.
Channel 2 investigative reporter Ashley Lincoln started looking into the owner of the travel company, Divas of Distinction, after receiving complaints from dozens of women from across the country, including right here in Atlanta. Ashley joins us live in the studio. And Ashley, some women told you in several cases they were stranded.
I mean, we couldn't believe the details. A lot of women say this was a complete nightmare when they got to these cities. They told us they paid thousands of dollars after they were promised 5-star luxury domestic and international trips, only to arrive in cities with nowhere to go and no place to stay.
We really built a true sisterhood.
It was a community for women.
Okay, so we get the gist. It's an awful situation, but it's something that I thought was really important to talk about on the podcast because there are so many people, just like my company, Bucket List Retreats, that offer travel, and you really don't know unless you do the digging, who you're dealing with. So I thought it was really interesting. What did you think?
Yes, I think that, especially if you're being fed information and then the information doesn't match what you've purchased, it's good to do referrals and, talk with the community and verify who you're doing business with. Absolutely. That's why, when people are booking a retreat with me, I always make sure and keep in constant communication with them and, build a relationship with them so they know that I'm there for them every step of the way.
Exactly. Like the moment I receive payment, sending them the receipt, letting them know that I'm licensed and insured. Those are the type of questions you can ask when you are looking at a retreat and, you're sending someone thousands of dollars, something I highly recommend. If you go down, I will put the link in the description to this video. If you go down into the comments, they go on to talk about a few other women that have been in this situation. So I think it's really important, really, that something that we talk about as we all want to go on retreat. There really isn't anything better in my mind. I absolutely love group travel, especially when it is wrapped up in a transformative situation. And it sounded like those ladies just wanted to have a magnificent trip. And I can't imagine what it was like to arrive at your location with nowhere to go. So
Mhm.
luckily, I know they go on to say that they pulled their money together and made a beautiful trip out of it anyways. But like you said, it's just something that feel free to ask who you're signing up with, those questions. It makes you feel a lot more comfortable when you're sending them your money.
Absolutely.
All right. So that was a little bit of a downer, but I really thought it was important to talk about it. And let's go on to retreat review. This is also another YouTube that we'll watch real quick.
Movie about the woman living a hectic big city life who then falls in love with the simplicity she finds out in the country. I mean, that could be a lot of movies. Maybe one you saw on Hallmark Channel. Hold that thought. I want to introduce you to someone.
We are in Castilian Springs, really easy opportunity to get out of the big city and enjoy a piece of the country.
Lizzie Tucker's from Brooklyn, and about 3 years ago, she was feeling overwhelmed by the pace of life and city living.
I was in the midst of one of the most difficult times of my life. I had a nervous breakdown. I was dealing with stress and anxiety and depression.
It was her aunt who told her about this place. It was then a fitness retreat called Fit Farm.
I was really able to turn my life around and find my health and happiness in a very sustainable way. When the owner announced that she was closing it, I really thought to myself, look, I couldn't sort of let the magic die.
There you go. Come on. Nice, Max. Let's go.
In April, Lizzie reopened this place as The Farm.
There it is, ladies. Almost there, almost there. Go.
We refer to it as a wellness escape. It's really a place where people come to feel good, whether it's they need just a pure reset, they want to rest and relax, they want to work on strength and mobility, weight loss. This decision to reopen the farm and breathe new life into it is, I'm trying to pay it forward to people that likely were in or are in similar situations to where I was.
And with that lift, Lizzie is getting some help. Lizzie has this friend named Taylor Cole, who's been the star of a bunch of Hallmark movies. There she is.
Taylor said, Lizzie, how can I help you?
Well, to help the farm in Lizzie's mission, Taylor is getting stars from some Hallmark films to appear here. Those future appearances will be announced in the farm's online newsletter.
And the idea that fellow guests could rub shoulders or lift weights next to a Hallmark star. I am super grateful to Taylor for looking for ways to help us really reach new audiences, new customers, so we can keep this place alive.
Lizzie didn't really expect the comparisons between a Hallmark plot and her own journey, falling in love.
Isn't that the sweetest?
Yes, I like the story because you never know what's going to happen when you go on retreat or you go somewhere to, get a reset. And you also don't know how you're going to be inspired after you have left, right?
Right. That's exactly it, because I just always seem to get these downloads when I have calmed my brain enough and, working out or, going on retreat or going for a walk. And I can only imagine. And she had no idea when she bought the place and reopened it that her girlfriend, who happens to be this actress, would step in and do what she's doing too. I mean, what a beautiful way to work together. And I just thought it was the sweetest story.
Yes, definitely. I love
Yeah.
hearing those types of stories.
Yes. And a couple of weeks ago on the podcast, we were looking at a retreat center for sale in Guatemala. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Like, you never know when your dream is going to present itself. So be ready. It looks like she was ready and
Absolutely.
it worked out.
I'm ready. Are you?
I'm so ready. Okay, and it is called The Farm and then tn.com, TN for Tennessee. I'll put a link in the description. If you lived in Tennessee close by, it would be such a fun place to go on the weekend or whenever you can get out there.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for doing retreat news and reviews.
I loved it.
Okay, that's great. I thought it was going to be hard to start, to find this stuff, but it's just flowing in. Like, I've got a list now, so I'm really enjoying it. Friends, I am so excited to introduce Frances Stargram to you if you haven't met her already. Frances, welcome again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Frances and I met, and I was always intrigued with QiGong. So when she had mentioned it, I thought, wow, I really want to look into this. A quick story: when I was in Morocco on retreat, I always get up early. So I was wandering around this amazing riad that we were staying in high in the Atlas Mountains. There wasn't a city nearby. It was just this beautiful hotel, really. It was a big, huge hotel, but it felt more like a retreat center because everyone that was staying in there was groups. And so anyways, I wandered up to the top and was just looking at this huge valley. And I looked down and there was a gal doing Qigong or Tai Chi. I'm not quite sure. But I was mesmerized and I thought, wow, the energy here must be so perfect for this. So it's always been kind of calling to me. And so when I met you, I thought that was so cool. And then we had our first get together or meeting online. And you were talking to me about being a medical intuitive, and you had mentioned to me high blood pressure and tinnitus, two things that I was dealing with, and I hadn't even told you. I hadn't mentioned it to you. So I was like, oh my gosh, she is a medical intuitive. She read me like a book. So Frances, tell us as much as you can about Qigong and maybe your path to that, and then or however you want to talk to us about all of those things.
Right. And so, just to clear up what Qigong is a moving meditation. It's similar to Tai Chi, but Tai Chi and Qigong are different, but very much the same. And what they do is slow movements that are tied to organs in the body and seasons of the year
Yeah.
that are used to balance out your body, mind, and spirit. And they're also used to calm down overthinking. And the reason why I got into Qigong, and that was about 10 years ago, is because I was diagnosed with 5 very serious autoimmune diseases, thyroid, scleroderma, Sjogren's, a whole bunch of host of very serious illnesses. I had died and come back to life twice.
Mm.
And so I really needed to find a way to change my lifestyle, my diet, everything in my life in order to live. I was very young when I was diagnosed. I was in my late 30s. So that was quite a bit of a shock when you're supposed to be young and having fun. I was bedridden 3 months a year. So I had been driving by this place. It looked like a Bikram yoga studio. 5 years in a row, never stopped. And one day I just stopped. And I was like, what is this? People were tapping on their body, moving their body. I just thought they all weird. But I just kept going. And I stuck 3 times a week for several years until I became an instructor because it made me feel so good. And never in my life had I stuck to something, like yoga wise or workout wise, that was 3 times a week consistently. I had never done that. And even though I was chronically ill, I did it because every time I did it, I would feel healthier and healthier. And so after I became a Qigong instructor, I started opening up my spirituality and really balancing my whole body systems. And became vegan out of a need I needed to because of a health condition. And my whole body just started working the way it originally was supposed to work. I was tapping into my gifts. I found out I was a medical intuitive, and a medical intuitive, basically, there's all different types. Because of what I've experienced with my health, I can literally see what's working in people's organs. I can feel their skin. I can feel their energy around their body. And I know what is like blocking that energy around their body just through the practice that I've done that's helped me grow my gifts as being a medical intuitive.
And I've felt that completely during my Qigong practice with you over the last few months. All right, I have a list of questions, as you know, to ask you. First, how do you spell Qigong?
Well, it can be spelled different ways for different
Oh.
types of uh, cultures. So, like Korean, Chinese, and also different practices, which there's Tao, T-A-O, and there's Dao, D-A-O. They're different practices of the Qigong. And the way I do it is a little bit more traditional. It's Q-I-G-O-N-G. Chi, like your Chi, C-H-I or K-I, but I spell it Q-I. So it can be spelled all 3 ways. And Qigong is, using your vital life force energy and to move your vital life force energy. And
Okay.
it also means many other things. You can get into how it started, which it all originated from Kung Fu. They were doing fighting and they were realizing that a lot of the movements they were doing were helping them in other areas of life. So they turned it into the art of Qigong originating from Kung Fu.
And a lot of the moves have really cool names. Like, what was the one that it was it monkey grinding rice? I think it was.
Well, there's so many fun
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
There's an animal doing something, the moon doing something, the earth doing something, a horse doing something.
And it puts a little giggle in your step or whatever as you're doing the Qigong when you learn those things. I get a kick out of those. All right, let's get into the fun part of retreating. Tell us all about, or tell us about doing retreats and doing Qigong and who it works best for, just all of the things.
I love that you asked that question because I feel like, you go to a lot of these retreats and they have yoga, they have breath work, wonderful practices. I do them all.
Yes,
I
yes.
combine them with my Qigong practice, actually. However, when you have Qigong at a retreat, especially if you're doing a workshop at a retreat or you're trying to work on something like business wise or you're trying to go there for relaxation, Qigong is the best practice to use because it's not something anyone's really ever heard of normally. Some people have, but not a lot of people. And the practices themselves are for everyone. So not just people who are versed in being a yogi for yoga practice. So anyone can do these moves and they will immediately feel the difference. I actually do have videos where we've interviewed people who have done Qigong at the retreats. And we actually just asked them what the favorite part of their retreat was. And they always say Qigong.
Oops. Oh, no, I cannot wait to do a retreat with you and to offer Qigong because a lot of times, if you say yoga, that will turn off people.
They'll be like, I can't do that.
I
Like,
can't do
I
yoga.
can't bend my body in a pretzel,
No,
which is
no.
not what they always do, but people just think that. Yeah.
Right. That's what they think. And so I always try to say, we absolutely will work with everyone in whatever yoga class, but it's still, you're just picturing everyone, standing on their heads. So that is what I love about Qigong is that it's really absolutely for everyone. And you just told us how it's received by retreat attendees. But for someone brand new, how would you describe the difference between Qigong, yoga, and meditation, say?
Well, that's the cool thing about it is, and I know this because I practiced yoga for years before I even tried Qigong, is the biggest difference is you're literally doing a 3-step process of calming down the brain, centering the heart, and grounding the body. You're not just doing movements for particular things, isolating. You're doing it as a whole. So you'll sleep very deeply. Your mind will work very clearly for only the things it's supposed to do. The overthinking at night, the insomnia starts going away. You start really learning more about your internal body, not just your external physical body.
That is so true. Now that I did notice right away, all of those things. All of those things. So I would have to agree with all of that. And what does a typical Qigong session look like?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. So when I actually offer a virtual consultation for free, it's a 30-minute consultation to see if we'd be a good fit. So to see if I could help you. And a program that's $61 a month that will allow me to do a 45-minute Qigong coaching session with you. And we'll tie the organ to the season and do strategic planning for your particular body to get you into practice. And then I give you 30 days of 10-minute practices to do every day because Qigong only works if you do it frequently. And it will really change your body, mind, and spirit. So that's the program I offer for Qigong. And then, of course, I offer the Qigong combined with the sound healing at retreats, events, and other opportunities, and especially workshops, especially for people who are trying to do like employment improvement performance, CEOs that have been burned out, or even the regular person who doesn't know how to focus in and hone on important key points of their life.
Love that. And that's exactly the program that I'm doing with you. It's once a month. We get together online. You talk about the practices that we're going to be doing throughout the month. And then we also do usually some sort of a flow or Qigong session. And it's really geared towards me and really rather inexpensive investment. If you were to go to a yoga class every single day, you would spend a lot more on that. And I feel like this is just really a personalized program. And this is about health for a long term. And that's what I love about it.
Yeah, and I always say that Qigong is a really gateway, like drug joke to making your body want to work out because we get into an energy like
Yes.
stagnant energy space where we don't want to work out. And
Yeah.
I never really wanted to hike all over the world, which I've been doing and
Yeah.
doing all the strength training and everything that I do until I did Qigong. It made me want to do it.
I love that. And really, I have always hiked and, everywhere I've ever gone, hiked. And when I started having these problems in my body and the thought of not being able to do that was really devastating for me. So to be able to, start a practice that I stuck with, that's, so far so good. And that right there was huge. You're almost getting your body prepared for any other issues that come up. And that's kind of what I feel like. I'm stronger. even though I haven't been like working out and lifting weights, I feel so much stronger in my body.
I have one little key point on
Yes.
Qigong. So when we are doing the movements, we're mostly in a standing position, and we're using our legs to anchor us in the moves. And we're doing a lot of squat movements too. They say that if you have strong legs, that's vitality for your cardiovascular system. It keep you alive, and it's the best practice for longevity that exists. Because you're
Fantastic.
creating that strong foundational leg. And
That's
that's connected to your ankle as well. So
Yeah. Well, as someone who has the Camino de Santiago on her bucket list, I need that ankle to work properly.
yes, you do.
Frances, thank you so much for that gentle introduction into Qigong. And remember, everyone, if you want to contact Frances yourself, all of the information will be in the description below. All right, everyone, hold on to your seats. I am so thrilled. Frances has offered to do a letting go fall leaf meditation with us right here on the podcast. So before you do that, Frances, I thought I would ask you my what do I call them? Oh, my rapid fire questions while everyone is getting settled in a position to do a little meditation. Are you ready for some rapid fire?
Go.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Mountains or beach?
I can't choose.
I know, it's the worst. A gym workout or hiking?
Hiking.
Paper planner or digital calendar?
Digital calendar.
Okay, this is a little the same, but a little different. Sunrise session or sunset session?
Sunrise session.
Yeah. Yoga mat or barefoot in the grass?
Barefoot in the grass.
Yeah, I need some grass. Oh, favorite retreat snack, savory or sweet?
Savory.
Yeah. Meditation music or silence?
Silence.
One word that describes how Qigong makes you feel.
Invigorated.
Favorite book, now or ever?
It's like obscure book called Herland about women who take over their own island.
Ooh, that sounds like a good one. Well, I'll have to
It's a
check out.
vintage book. It's very old.
Oh, I love those. Okay. And finally, can you tell us what you're excited about right now?
Yes, I'm excited about the next retreat I'm hosting for a plant ceremony retreat in Surprise, Arizona. It's a 1 to 2 day opportunity. One day being a prep day with breath work and prepping us for the ceremony the next day, and the next day, the ceremony day. We've held these retreats many, many times with 5-star reviews, and I'm very excited about hosting the next one in November 7th and 8th.
All right, Frances, let's go ahead with that meditation. We are all set and ready to go.
Okay, so if you can, just sit down, make sure you're not driving, of course,
Yeah.
and in a comfortable spot. You can do this on the floor, on the couch, on your chair. What you want to do is take your hands and put them palms up on your legs or on your knees, wherever you're sitting. And then I want you to roll the shoulders back 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and then go forward. 1, 2, 3. And then just kind of wiggle your spine and your bum a little bit. Just kind of move around your spinal energy. And then I want you to draw your attention to your toes and grabbing the ground, or you can just put your attention towards your feet if you're sitting cross-legged. And then what you're going to do is close your eyes. And then I want you to take your hands on your jaw and move your jaw around, because we hold a lot of tension in our jaw and our upper body. We just hold so much tension there. So just loosen that up, make it really loosey-goosey. Then put your hands back to your side, and let's close our mouths and take a deep breath in through the nose, really, really deep. And then I want you to hold that for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then exhale through the mouth with an audible sigh. Oh. Now I just want you to be very organic with your breath, breathing in and out, but noticing your breath. In and out, slowly breathing. Now, I want you to imagine that all the way from your toes, all the way to your throat, is this big tree trunk. It's got a spiral inside of it for all the years you were born and have been alive and are still living now. It's so anchored to the earth. It's so strong. It can be any type of wood you want. It's just a wood trunk. And it's holding you stable in your body as we are sitting here right now. Right above that trunk, there's these branches that come out through your face and your head, and the limbs of your arms become these branches, branching out as far around your field as you can feel them. They are very bendy and flexible, and they move and sway with the wind, and they stay still in the rain and really absorb the beautiful raindrops. The sun is beating on every branch and every leaf of your tree, giving it such a warm bath of light that turns into joy and inspiration and creativity. Now that we've gone through the seasons, starting with winter, spring, early summer, late summer, and now moving into fall, I want you to imagine that these green leaves hanging off of the branches of your being are now starting to crinkle and turn different colors. They can be orange, red, pink, any colors that you would like. And I want you to imagine that they're starting to leave your branches and hold on to your branches all at the same time. But it's okay to let go. Why is it okay to let go? Because letting go of these leaves that have gone through all the seasons open you up to change, open you up to being still with yourself, and open you up to resetting everything in your life. Whatever's been going on in your life up to now, good, bad, the ugly, the beautiful, the wonderful, the inspiring, it's all was meant to be for your being and your tree. So as the wind blows, the sun bathes you, the raindrops come down, let every leaf fall to the ground, as you will make new ones in the year to come. Letting go of what doesn't serve you, letting go of the fun experiences you had so you can create new. You are a new tree, and your leaves have fallen right where they may stay so you can create new. Take another deep breath in through your nose. Hold that for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale with audible sigh. Slowly open your eyes. Wiggle your body and feel your new tree.
I love my new tree.
Me too.
Yes, I could feel the sun and the rain on those leaves. It's really a touching meditation. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And beautiful and perfect for this time of year. Frances, thank you so much for walking us through that. And if anyone would like to comment below about what that brought out for you, we would love to hear about it. All right. Frances, thank you so much for being the co-host on the podcast today.
Thank you for having me, Kelly. It's been so fun.
You've been a real trooper, and I really appreciate it getting us through a couple of technical difficulties. But I couldn't have asked for anyone better to go through those with. Be sure to like the show on Spotify and on YouTube if you want to see us. We are over there as well. We will have links to everything that we talked about in the retreat news, retreat reviews, and of course, links to Frances's socials and all of her information so you can get a hold of her. If this has sparked something that you think you'd like to share with a friend, we would be honored. Frances, I'll say goodbye to you. Frances, okay. Thanks again for coming on the show. It couldn't have been more fun than having you on the show with us.
Absolutely, Kelly. I'll see you on your next QiGong session.
Sounds great. And to everyone out there, keep retreating, keep exploring, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye-bye.
I love you, Gaga.